Lieutenant Sujesh retired from the Indian Navy on 3rd January 2020. Uh, I'm a non-resident Mallu. I was born and brought up in Chhattisgarh, Korba. I did my schooling from Delhi Public School, and as every standard Indian does, I took science after 10th and did my engineering, where I did less of engineering and more of NCC, along with Arjun here. And that is where the small chingari of serving the nation was fanned into flames. And of course, the first SSB which I went to along with Arjun again, we got recommended together, and that was the SSB for the Indian Navy. And from there on, we went ahead, finished off the medicals, and joined the Navy on 4th January 2010. We
Good.
got commissioned.
Yeah.
That's it. So we joined together in the electrical branch. I did finished after the initial training and all. I did around 4 appointments in
Mm-hmm.
5 different places. So I got moved around a lot in Navy,
Okay.
which was a lot of fun. You know,
Mm-hmm.
traveling in the Ford's expense. And I hung up my boots after the initial completion of initial 10 years of short service, which was there. And thereafter, I joined a private company, that is Schindler India Private Limited. It's a Swiss engineering company
Okay.
which deals with the manufacturing, installation, and maintenance of escalators, elevators, and travelators.
What did your portfolio encompass? Does it have a designation, and what does it deal with?
Yeah, in Schindler, I was the area manager for
Mm-hmm.
installation operations in two districts, that is Faridabad and Palwal. So basically, everything between completion of sales
Mm-hmm.
to start of maintenance. That is in service, like we say, there is a installation and commissioning part which is there for any
Okay.
system that is there.
Mm-hmm.
So you say that as soon as say IHQ MOD has purchased the system,
Mm-hmm.
so from there on till commissioning.
Okay.
So that was my responsibility within these two districts. So I had a team of technicians along with a couple of engineers, and there were contractors also.
Okay.
And what I had to do was conduct operations in close liaison with the sales team and the maintenance.
Okay. So did it involve meeting up with clients?
A lot. What I have experienced is that operations,
Mm-hmm.
especially like Schindler. Schindler is a service company. You can say, like most of the car companies are service-based companies.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like you are trying to provide a service to the customer. Like
Okay.
selling the car is one part of it, but
Mm-hmm.
that your service, your maintenance, uh, all these things have to be available to the customer at all times. It is not
Mm-hmm.
like potato that the potato is sold and the responsibility is over from there. So
Okay.
all these companies where the service part is there, there is
Mm-hmm.
always a part of customer interaction which would be there.
Okay.
In operations, there is always a customer interaction. It is just that whether it's the end user or another branch of the same company.
Okay. So basically, customer interaction would be a more polished term. Can you say what you do on a daily basis? Is it like you're talking to them on phone, or are you meeting them in person, or what is the that? How do you describe it?
Okay, so what this does is now in this particular industry, that
Mm-hmm.
is the elevator industry,
Okay.
uh, which is also called the vertical transportation industry.
Acha. Okay.
So what encompasses this is that the sale has been done.
Mm-hmm.
The customer has paid an advance amount which is generally not less than 30% of the cost
Okay.
of the equipment.
Okay.
So as soon as that happens,
Mm-hmm.
I come in,
Okay.
and I am mainly concerned with the technical aspects,
Mm-hmm.
and to a small extent concerned with the commercial aspects.
Okay.
So the salesperson initially does a rough review of the site, whether an installation is possible there or not. But
Mm-hmm.
as soon as the initial 30% payment is completed, I go in.
Mm-hmm.
Our team goes in. The
Mm-hmm.
installation team goes in. We carry out detailed measurements of the site, the lift shaft which is there,
Okay.
and the elevator shaft which is there,
Mm-hmm.
and we see whether it's according to our the product which the customer has purchased or not. So
Mm-hmm.
again, the company offers a, lot of varieties of these elevators which are there according to the weight capacity that you require, the number of passengers, or what purpose it is there for. So depending on shaft size again also, so you just verify whether this thing can get fitted there or not. Then again you interact with the customer to understand what his precise requirements are. Maybe he needs a biometric system or something, maybe he needs something unique to go into it. So you have an interaction with them, and there is a lot of things which the customer also has to do in the shaft thereafter. He may have to, uh, finally adjust his shaft measurements. So you convey all that. You convey the milestones which are there, with the like what will come up, say 2 weeks down the line, 1 month, 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
etc. That is the kind of interaction which happens. Thereafter, the interaction can keep happening on a continuous basis. The customer may want to add certain features to the product which he has already ordered. He may want some delay, or he may want the product early. So you have to try and get all these things done for the customer and take care of him basically. And this this happens across, say, at least 10 to 20 sites at one point of time. So
Okay.
the last year there were around more than 100 plus uh, total projects which were there. Each installation is a project.
Mm-hmm.
So 100 plus projects which were there, and at every point of time, these projects are at various stages. So once the product comes in, the you put in a team, the installation starts. There are safety parameters which are there to be complied.
Mm-hmm.
In starting from the PP, the personal protective equipment which the chaps have to wear,
Okay.
uh, up to the what kind of condition the site is in, and
Mm-hmm.
how the shaft has been isolated so that someone doesn't fall in accidentally,
Mm-hmm.
etc. So there is a lot of safety parameters and checklists which are there.
Mm-hmm.
So as an area manager, I would be responsible for all these things to be implemented, all the safety protocols to be implemented, the project moving in time to take care of the customer requirements,
Mm-hmm.
and to ensure the quality of installation, like when
Okay.
installation is done and what is the quality. So there is a separate agency within the company which checks quality,
Mm-hmm.
and your installation has to be in a certain quality which has been prescribed by the company. Only
Okay.
then can you consider it finished and hand over to the customer for use.
So when you say customer, uh, can you give an example of a customer? Is it a what do you say, a real estate developer? Is it a like, for
Oh
example,
yes,
is it a society?
customers may vary, anyone from large scale builders who
Uh,
who uh, may order up to 80 to 100 units, each
okay.
of 20 plus floors also.
Uh-huh.
And a customer may be a private homeowner who
Acha.
has
Okay.
ordered and um, a high end product for just 2 floors.
Acha. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the variety of customers that are there. and each of them has their own priorities and requirements, and so each of them has to be handled in their own way.
Okay. Okay. And so how much time does it occupy? Like in a day, would you spend almost 50% of your time dealing with the customers and the other 50% getting back to your office? What is the ratio?
Uh, it's difficult to put it in that way to define that
Uh,
so many hours of this, because, like I said, it's operations. So
okay.
everything is going on at throughout every time.
Okay.
So continuously everything is happening. So you are there basically to tune.
Okay.
So you know, like flying a kite, you pull it down a bit, you give slack a bit. So again, you will have, say, at any given day, you will have at least 10 sites in which installation would be going on.
Acha, okay. Mm.
So yeah, 10 sites, 10 different locations within these two districts where
Mhm.
installation teams are working and installing these elevators.
Okay.
Okay, and there would be around another 10 to 20 sites which
Mhm.
would be moving towards these installation stages.
Okay.
So the customer has already given the advance, his product is about to come, or his product is, you know, under manufacture in the factory, etc. This is
Mhm.
another set of people who are there. Another 10 to 20 sites might be there in which installation is almost complete, only the quality check part or some fine tuning, etc. is left. So it
Okay.
is just there to be handed over to the customer, or you know, just that part is left.
Mhm.
So at throughout the day, what you do is go as per priority. So
Okay.
your first aim is that no fire should flame up.
Okay.
So you do whatever is required to do that, and then you have to also take care of a bit of the long-term planning. That is, you know,
Mm.
you have so many products which are coming up at this point of time,
Mhm.
so I should have so many teams for that. You know,
Mhm.
basic long-term planning, your teams, the training of the chaps. There may be some
Mhm.
chaps, you know, you think that they are going to leave, so you should have a proper replacement for them. There may be a time might come, you know, next month may be Diwali,
Acha.
and the people will come up with requirements to go home. But customers would be coming up with requirements that I want the lift operational just before Diwali, because Diwali is a good time around in North India where people like to do Shubh Kam.
Okay. Acha.
Yeah,
Mm. Understood.
so these things come. So every day it is several hours of phone calls and a lot of driving around.
Okay.
uh, you have your teams for that, again, like we used to do in service. The more you can, you know, train the chap under you,
Okay.
the better it is, because they will also feel happy doing the, you know, a work which is slightly where they have to apply themselves. You
Mhm.
give them
Mhm.
a freedom to work. So it's a lot of dynamic work which might go on even late at night, because the customer may feel or might be free at that point of time to give you a call,
Okay.
and that then you have to be available to attend to it, and you know, make them satisfied. Because even when we purchase goods in, say, at say Amazon or something,
Mhm.
uh, we don't want that you know, we should be ignored or something like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
We
Correct.
want a clarification for our issues at every point of time. So
Uh-huh.
the same applies to the customer here, who
Mhm.
has paid an amount which is much more than what a product maybe at Amazon costs.
Okay.